How you going? Just here with the great Cathy Spaulding. Hey Cathy, how are you?
Hi Ben. Mark, how you going?
Very excited about this one because you hear about industry professionals and leaders, and we're with a really big leader. So thank you for your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Oh no, we're in the beautiful sunny coast. It's been a little bit wet, but anyway.
I know it. The weather hasn't quite turned on for you, but it's normal, but not to worry. Still not cold. You're in a
beautiful
short sleeve shirt.
So I want to just jump sort of straight into it. Tell us a little bit, how did you get started in direct sales?
Okay, well, indirect sales itself was about a 17-year ago journey, and for me, I was looking for a corporate income that I had, and after the birth of my fourth child, I knew that I couldn't keep doing that and retaining the income that I was used to. So I thought for me that the direct selling industry would be perfect because it gave me flexibility. It let me be in the driver's seat because I'm a bit of a control freak apparently, and so it just seemed to be the perfect fit for me.
Okay, so tell us, how did you get started?
Actually, I went to I think, oh my God, it was so long ago. I think it was a presentation or a party as such, and just went along and thought, oh yeah. And then somebody said to me, just very casually, you'd be so good at that. And I was like, no, I have a business degree. I wouldn't do that sort of mentality. And then I just really kept looking at that and thinking, well, why wouldn't I? I love the product of the company that I was with, still love that company, and I just thought, why not? If you don't give something a go, how can you judge something before you actually know what you're judging? So that wasn't who I am, to really have a definite no to anything until I give it a crack. So I gave it a try. I started it in Queensland as nearly the first or second person in Queensland, and it was very profitable for me for a very long time. And I think also with direct selling, it's not even about, well, of course we all love the money, but it's about the flexibility, but it's about the personal development that you get as a person and the things that you are exposed to for inner growth, which I think is really important. And the people that you hang out with, they're like-minded people who are trying to have a crack or be the best version of themselves. So I think it's a very different calculation of your life if you choose to go down the non-traditional path.
I think I remember watching a leader, remember Jeff Carlisle? And I remember you were the biggest student listening and getting the nuggets of wisdom to help your team. So obviously,
I think he's great.
He is great. He's awesome. So you've got phenomenal teams, absolutely phenomenal business, and obviously that deals with a lot of people. Tell us about how do you manage your relationships with people? How did you learn to do that?
Well, I think I'm still learning, to tell you the truth, and because I'm a bit of a energetic, ever-ready buddy, I've been called, a lot in my life. One thing Lyndon Burnoff actually has taught me, or still teaches me, and I hold him in the highest respect. He told me the one thing I need to learn, and I keep trying to bring that into my personality, are the 3 C's. And what's really funny, and the 3 C's are cool, calm and collective. And what's really interesting is, and my husband often makes me laugh because I'll be on the phone and it'll be someone who I'm really excited about. And I'll be me, oh my God, what? And he'll come around the corner with a piece of paper with 3 C's. Actually, it nearly makes me burst out laughing on the phone because I'm like, okay, and I really try to tone it down. So I think we learn. I think being authentic is probably more important than worrying about any of it because people can see authenticity a mile off.
Yeah, but that excitement, that's pretty good as well though.
Oh my God, I get so excited because I just think that we are, we just cannot cap what's going to happen in this business.
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
And to share that with other people, for people to really understand that they really can take the ceiling off their life, it's a gift, really, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to ask you a really good question here. I believe it's a good question, so I hope this is a real nugget for people. Just say, for example, someone's watching this for the first time, never been in networking or any relationship marketing before. how would you say to them to get started?
Oh, that's a toughie. How would you get started? I think how you get started is really probably connect with your why. You know, if you don't understand why you would want to do it, I think how are you ever going to do it? Because this business is a simple business. I wouldn't say it's an easy business, but I wouldn't say it's an easy business, but it is simple, is what I would say. Because if you do what you need to do and do it every day and do it in a systematic way, you can't help but have success. And I think a lot of people don't do it because they don't have enough belief in themselves. Whereas, you know, you have to realise that you're great before anyone else is going to truly think that you're great. So how would you get started? I would sit down and connect with your why, connect with your goal. And I know that word's thrown around a lot, but for me, every time I sort of go off tangent a bit or think, oh God, am I going to get there? I just think of why I'm doing this, you know, my lifestyle, uncapped income. Do you know, today's a bit rainy for Queensland, not bad for the Victorians, but you know, I got out of bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I can do that because no one's my boss.
Yeah. And you live in this beautiful place. Let me tell you, it's a really toppy place. Thank you. And it's a great life too.
Oh, amazing life. And you know, we've made nice friends and amazing people, and every day we look at our commissions, it's more exciting. Not only the money, of course the money's exciting, but to know that you're sharing this vision with heaps of people around the world. And I really do believe this is an absolute, without any doubt in my mind, the new way of business, because traditional business, I believe, is not there for the masses because of the outgoings to get generated any business. So this is going to be, and is becoming already, the norm. And how lucky are we to be in a company that's in 118 countries, taking the world by storm, amazing products, great leaders, a massive business comp plan. Like we've just got tick, 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 tick.
Yep. And as you said, it's back to your why. That's the only thing stopping most people.
Oh, and their fear. And one thing I would say about the word fear is we all have it. If you write down this one thing and remember it forever, fear just means false expectation appearing real. It's never what you seem it to be in your head.
That's unreal. So you can see why she's an unbelievable leader. So that's a great suggestion for people to get started. How you said something before about your system. You've got a system of what you do every day. Tell us about that. How do you recommend people in your team to do that, have that structure?
Well, I think because no one is your boss, it's very easy to get sidetracked. And so you need to be self-disciplined, really. If you're going to do any form of business by yourself or for yourself, you have to have, you know, some structure and, you know what you're doing. So for us, we are completely 1000% committed. So for people maybe who are working full-time, obviously that's going to be a different format to someone like me who's decided to just completely do this. But for them, you know, you have to have a time period that you commit to putting into that every day, I believe. And you have to have a system that's very duplicatable. So for us, you know, in our business, as you know, we have the step 1, step 2, and people have to commit to doing that. You know, it's probably a couple of hours training. If we do systems that people can, copy easily, I think a 3-way call, all those basic things of teaching people. So getting up, having a time plan that you're going to stick to every single day in your business, whether you work or whether you don't, because how bad you want it is the question. It's not going to just appear, this business. You have to put in effort. So, you know, you have to have a time thing, you have to do your steps, you have to get up when you don't want to get up, you have to do 3-way calls. You know, you just have to have your system, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Yeah, and I think keeping it simple is the key, because as soon as we try to complicate this, people go, oh, it's too hard. Where it's so easy.
So easy to see why you've got such a good business. Absolute pearls of wisdom there. I've just realised I'm sitting there in awe of you. That's just awesome. So tell me, I know your business is exploding, and you're on the verge of something massive. What's for you, I know you're a big thinker, but what's your next goal? What's the next thing you're really aiming for?
Well, there's no should, you have to make your absolute no. We are going to Ruby in next month, but, you know, we will be on that Emerald trip in January because we can't have Ange and the boys there without the Spauldings because, you know, it's just not right, is it? So that's our goal this year. And when we've been in the business not quite 12 months yet, so by next year we will be in the Diamond Club, because I just don't think it's great that those boys are sharing that, you know, percentage of the profit pool, and it needs to be diverted to me. So my goal is to get to Diamond next year, but definitely 2015 to be an Emerald with Ange, because she's 5 foot like me and I love her, and it needs to be a bit of a girls' club. It's a bit of a boys' club in Australia at the moment, and we need to rally the boys.
Well, that's a good point, actually. Isn't it amazing that there's so many boys and men in the business as well?
I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that that there's men, because one, I work with my husband every day, you know, which, you know, is great. And secondly, I think, although I love women, and I just think it keeps everything neutral, having male, having testosterone with us girls, and I think it's fun. You know, I think I would never be in another business without men and women now, because it's fun. Why wouldn't you? You know? Steve Baker, he just makes me laugh every single day. I love him. Love him.
The wild man. He's a funny guy.
He's a great bloke, great heart. So, I think it's probably another tick, actually, having men involved. And you know, it's interesting, because of the company that we're involved with, a lot of people would think men, skincare, but it's so not about that, you know. It's so not just about the product. The product is amazing, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing without the product working as it does, without a doubt. But these men are smart, because they can see a massive business. They can see that, I can't remember the stats, but however many companies it is that
are in skincare,
that have gone skincare, who have done $1 billion in sales, you know, that is the industry to be in. So
keep with the wind.
And hang out with the guys who are doing it, isn't it? That's just what you mean. Yeah, so follow the people who are living how you want to live. Yeah. Because...
why not? Good example to follow. I'm just going to ask you one more question before we wrap it up. And I think we'll do another one, because there's obviously too much to learn here. But earlier you said you can tell from your voice that you've got that determination and that passion. At some point in your life, you must have decided, righto, I want to win. Or can you sort of share with people? Because there's people out there that are going, oh, it's all right for her, she's believed, but you obviously weren't born like this. What? No. So tell us, what was the trigger that you said, righto, I'm worthy, I can be successful?
I think that's a great question, and I'm probably going to have to really think about myself, because I don't know. I don't actually know the answer to that. I don't know. My mother was, you know, raised us a single mother in the 60s, and she was a very, very strong and determined woman. We were actually raised, and my husband laughs all the time because he thinks I'd take my mother, or sometimes it's pretty, you know, firm. There was no sookie lalas in our house, and I don't know whether it was that. I just think that I do have a belief that we were put on this earth to be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. And I don't think any of us were put on the planet to be average. I don't. So I think we need to try, and I think we need to challenge ourselves. Otherwise, you know, it gets a bit boring, huh? So I like to always challenge myself and be the best at whatever I can be. You know, I'm a bit competitive, and
that's awesome.
I don't apologise for that anymore. I used to actually really apologise for that, but I don't anymore. And so, I don't know, I think every single person, I believe completely that every single person has the same ability. You just have to switch it on.
Awesome. Well, I think we'll have to do another one. I hope you enjoyed that, friends, because I'm inspired myself. I think I might have to go around and get a coffee. So anyway, thank you again for your time. Cheers, people. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.